his charity or his philanthropy, whatever you want to call it, right? One of the things he really spoke on was like, and he's pretty political, and I try not to be, even though I have my political beliefs, right? I'm not out there with it yet, right? Because I'm not in a level that I want to be.
Sure.
So I'm going to kind of just leave that alone. But he really pushes his. He goes, yeah, dude. He goes, the government sucks, president
Agreed.
sucks, blah blah.
Agreed.
Right, all these things, right? Fair enough. You say whatever you want. I'm just not going to go there.
I'm not digging into it.
And you know where I stand.
Yeah.
So the point is, like, one of the things he brings up is the charity and going to help other people in other countries, and that was like an opening moment for me. It's like, man, like, yeah, the Lambo's cool, McLaren's cool, the house is cool, but what kind of impact could I have if I get ultra wealthy? That's a goal. Like, wow, now I can really, if you get to a certain level of wealth, you can influence a lot of people.
Didn't I tell you the secret of life, right?
Exactly.
I told you that.
Yep. Make them with good intentions, right? And it's like with love.
He's being of service to other people.
Yes, exactly. So with love and of service to other people. So
That's
that's my new goal is like, well, yeah, I want to be rich and have a yacht. Cool.
Sure.
But like, if I have a yacht, what other level of wealth do I have to then give to other people or to share or influence or help? Like, to get my message out there, right? So that's my kind of goal is like, well, I don't really know what that looks like yet.
Right.
But I know where I want to head, with the direction I want to go.
Exactly. You got to have an ideal.
Yeah.
That's what it is, an ideal.
Because people ask me the same thing, dude. Like, and when you get to a certain level of success, okay, cool, you're here. Everyone's always like, you're here. What's next? It's like, motherfucker, I don't know. I didn't know this was next. Now that I'm here, it's like, so yeah.
I've got a pretty cool story. Yeah. This relates, and it's not a very long one, and then we'll kind of touch on the end of that, kind of where I'm taking everything.
Yeah.
So when I started my company, like I didn't know how it was going to start.
Okay.
I didn't know what I wanted to do. Like, like I'm right out of the gate. I'm collecting unemployment, and even collecting unemployment, I'm like, oh shit, this is scary.
Yeah.
This is like, I don't know where the next paycheck's coming, because when that unemployment runs out, like if this doesn't work out, like I'm back to finding another job, right?
Yep.
And job just means just over broke. You know that, right?
Just over. I like that.
Just over broke.
Another T-shirt. Job just over broke.
Yeah.
I like that.
So my neighbor across the street, he's an awesome dude. He's a police officer, he's got wife, whatever. They've got 6 kids, 5 or 6 kids, dude. And it's a small house.
Yeah.
It's like 12 or 1,400 square feet. So they have a water loss. And their washing machine's on the main level, and it just soaks the main level.
Ooh.
And he calls me out of the blue. He's like, hey, like, I know you're in construction, and we're going to do an insurance claim, but I don't know. Is this something you'd be interested in? Yeah, let me come take a look, man. So I go over there, and I look in bigger than life. Like, they got to get floor torn up, baseboard. Like, it's a water loss.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, hey, man, I'm just starting out my company, but I've done this for years. Like, let me take care of you.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, like, do what you want to do. We'll pay what we're supposed to pay, but like, like, let's figure it out. And I knew that I wanted to be of service to others, right?
Yep.
I knew that I wanted to be at that point. So the very first job that I did for R&M Construction was their job.
Nice.
I didn't charge them their deductible. I didn't take
Allegedly.
any of the... Allegedly. I didn't charge them any of the overhead and profit.
Nice.
I literally walked away with that job at $70 over cost.
So that was your experience. You learned, you had to help those people
I
out.
wanted to make it a point to start my company on a charitable action.
That's awesome.
That's what I wanted to start off with.
Yeah.
So now every single year, I've got one client that they're in a spot.
Okay. So you just gotta wait for those to pop up for you? Okay.
They'll present themselves, man. Leave it up to the universe.
Yeah.
It'll when it's right, it'll pop up.
You'll do one charity job a year.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's cool.
And whether it's all out charity where I take care of it out of my own pocket,
right,
or it's an insurance job, like
whatever.
It's weird. This year I've got another neighbor that they didn't do anything in their house, and they only received $5,000 and the roof's destroyed.
Ugh.
So like soffit's falling off, fascia's falling off, there's no paint, the roof's destroyed.
Yeah.
So the insurance gave them $5,000.
Ugh.
I'm gonna do the rest of their house.
Right. That's cool, man. Giving something back.
Just
That's
because.
one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's rules.
Yeah.
You ever follow that? Or ever hear about those? Arnold Schwarzenegger has 6 rules to success. Maybe you can pull them up while we're talking, because I don't have them all memorized. But like one of his, he's got like, you break the rules, and don't break the law, break the rules. Give something back's one of them. That's the biggest
Yeah.
one. It's like giving something back. And I don't know how quick you can be here, but like there's 6 rules, and it's so cool and powerful. Like the giving something back one is one of the great ones. And trust yourself, right? That's no, that's not it. Oh, that is it. Okay. Yeah. So it's trust yourself, break the rules, don't be afraid to fail, don't listen to the naysayers, work your butt off, and give back. And I think those are so individually important. But you put all 6 together, that kind of covers everything, you know?
It does cover everything.
It's cool. Like, so the give something back one is shouted out when you talk about that. Like, you've got to give something back.
You got to give
and
something.
you're doing that with the
you
charity
can't
jobs every year.
Get what you can't give.
Yeah.
If you're not able to give away, then you don't have any room to receive anything.
Yeah.
So you got to give to get.
Yeah, I like that.
That's how it works. Like if you got a glass, you got a water bottle and it's full of water, you can't put any more water in there.
Right.
You got to pour some water out so that you can put some water back in there.
That's pretty good.
Only so much.
Yeah.
Only so much.
Oh, more spiritual than I thought, Mark. I like this.
Well, like I don't come off as a real spiritual guy. I'm not out there
like a monk outfit right now.
I might be. I'm a Buddhist. No, like
Yeah. That's
so
cool.
I think the direction I'm going to take the company is kind of the same direction you're going a little bit too. Is this year my goal is to get my real estate license.
Okay.
I've already got the general contractor's license,
Okay.
so I'm going to start digging into real estate. I mean, there's been more
Yeah.
millionaires made in real estate than any other profession on the face of the planet.
Yeah.
So I should probably surround myself with those kind of people.
Yeah, especially with your skills, right? Fix and flips would fit you so well because and not fix and flip and sell, fix and flip and hold, rent them out, and build your empire like that.
Sure.
Way. I love that.
And it depends on which, because there's going to be certain properties that are good for an immediate flip.
Yep.
And there's
also you may need to flip the first 5 or 10 to get a bankroll up to where now you're able to, right? So there's different ways for it, but like ultimately, even for me, like I plan on venturing into that shortly is like, fix and flip your first couple, right?
Yeah.
But taxes are a big deal, or
and hard money is expensive.
Right. So, but if you get a nest egg built up big enough,
then you don't need hard money.
get your life insurance built up big enough. You need hard money. You become your own
Exactly.
bank with either the profits could be 1031 exchanging all along.
You got it.
And then allegedly, not official financial advice, but they use the 1031 to get your nest egg big enough. You pull the equity out, you got some cash.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Get your life insurance built up, you got some cash. Once
See,
you
and
have that up, because you could put this all into, let's say you're doing flips for like, if you're doing fix and flips in the $200,000 to $300,000 range, right? And then you put
Where's that $200,000 range?
Maybe not Colorado. Maybe not Colorado. But man, you do that in Detroit all day.
You sure can.
You can. Like, there's people out there fix and flip a house for $100,000, right? So you can do that. So anyhow, you get your nest egg built up enough.
Yeah.
You can be putting all of your profits into the next big house, get to $1 million house, pull out $800,000.
Yeah.
Now you have that cash to go do the rest of these. So you can do that. There's a tax-free process.
Yes.
To do this.
And that's my same mindset is that so coming from the hospitality industry, we always looked at running a business. What are your biggest cost controllables, right?
Taxes.
Well, in the hospitality industry, it's labor.
Okay.
Labor is your biggest cost controllable.
Got it.
So looking at this, okay, so if I want to start getting into a flipping business, what's my biggest cost controllable?
Okay.
Well, you've got your hard money.
Yep.
So
Interest.
can I control that? The interest or whatnot, you get another $20,000 a deal.
Yeah.
Then you got your real estate fees. What's that? Another $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 deal.
I see where you're going with this. Okay.
Then you got your general contractor above and beyond the amount that it's already doing.
Yeah.
So if I can control my 3 major cost controllables into a flip,
What's your profit margin look like? A lot better.
dude, you're looking at like 30, 40, 50% compared to the home run that these flippers have at 10%.
I got you now.
Like an ROI for me is not good at 10%. Like if I'm making 10%, like, and they're like, this is a home run. Yeah, that might be a home run for you. Exactly. You can make 10% in life insurance.
Right. So
and not even do a thing with it. So
like,
why would I do that much work?
With work, right? So yeah, that's a good point. And we talk off air maybe about some stuff we can do together.
Sure.
But like, I'm always looking for that kind of stuff.
So if I minus those 3 cost controllables, it's not going to take me any time to flip these. And like I've got it all.
Doing it.
Yeah.
Already doing a version of this.
And I just cut $50,000 out of the equation. So now that home run at $40,000 at 10% is now 90 or 100 grand that goes into my pocket.
Right.
Now that's a home run.
Our pocket. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah. That's a home run. And then those home runs get bigger. Then you start doing grand slams because you're just moving that money to the next house.
Well, it's just numbers, right?
Yep. I like that.
It's just numbers.
Now you're,
bigger numbers, bigger numbers, bigger numbers.
Cost controllable could be a t-shirt too, man. Like people don't understand what they can and can't control.
Well, you walk into any business and you ask the manager of a restaurant or whatever it is, you know, you're like, what are your cost controllables? Well, I got food cost, I got liquor cost, and I got labor.
Yep.
Okay, what do those numbers sit at? If they can't tell you what their numbers are, then they're probably in the wrong position.
Yeah, they're not optimizing their...
Just like Shark Tank, they ask them all the numbers, and they're like, how do you not know these numbers?
Right.
Like, you can't run a successful business from the outskirts.
Right.
You're in the trenches. Yep. You're in there. You're working it. Like, you need to know every nook and cranny about that business.
Right.
Or it's not going to be successful.
Or you're going to be okay, not good.
Exactly.
Not great. Yeah, you're never going to be great just doing that shit.
Exactly.
People can be okay. Most people are okay. Not very few people are great. And then you get to your elite, which is a whole different level. But yeah, to be elite, you need to be in there every day doing and know every part of your job too. So I think for you, I think it's a home run and a no-brainer to get into that workspace of fix and flip, because you're already doing a version of that for other people.
Well, and I had somebody ask me, they're like, you're really going to go through it and get your real estate license? I was like, I would have had my real estate license 10 years ago. I already got my REC 33. Like, I've already got a B contractor's license.
For people listening, what does it cost? Let's talk about what does it cost and what does it take to get your real estate license? Do you know?
I mean, I did it like 10 years ago, and I didn't get it. I just went through the schooling. So, and I was at like ACC, man, like Arapahoe Community College. So it was a semester's worth of classes. I'm sure they've got a crash course.
Okay.
And then you go take a test.
It can't be that hard, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, the biggest caveat to it is you got to hang your license under somebody else for 2 years before you're a broker. 2 years or 4 years, I don't know, something like that.
Join an agency, though, couldn't you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
You know, we know people that are real estate agents and brokers, so hang my license under them, and they don't need to pay for anything, so you got to have a couple of years.
Do you have to cut them in on deals then? How does that work?
I believe so.
But if you're just saving yourself money, there's no money to cut in, is there?
Yeah, well, if you were the mortgage broker, would you let somebody hang their license under you without taking a cut?
No.
Okay, then.
Just curious how it works. I like it. But I guess if we're talking mortgage broker, we're talking realtor.
Yeah.
So realtor's license.
Sure.
You still have to be under somebody for 2 years? Okay. Yeah, it's whatever. 2
and
years.
I'm like,
it's still also, again, we know 100 realtors, right? So it's easy. But it's also better
well,
than...
you were lineman. You had your JW, right? Journeyman's?
German lineman, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I had an RW back in the day.
I still got mine in my fucking pocket.
Like, I've had my insurance adjuster's license. I'm a GC. Like, and people are like, isn't that a lot of work for you to go back, get to school and grab the license and do this?
Make sure my dues are still paid up.
And
yep, till May of 2024, I'm still good.
There you go.
I'm still the best lineman I know on the record. Still fucking good at this shit.
So it circles back around to live with intention, man. Like, if you want to be great, if you want to be that next step, that inch above, then you just do what you got to do.
Yeah, I dig it. And also, like, the vision board stuff, like thinking about stuff that may be out of your reach, but keep it out of your reach. You know, like for me, it's a jet one day. You know, maybe not a badass private
I'm getting
jet.
a Honda jet, bro.
The Honda jet?
Honda jet's badass.
Let's hear about it. We'll talk about it. What's a Honda jet?
It's a jet built by Honda.
Okay. So it's always going to run. We like that. Never got change oil.
So there's a couple of cool things about it. It's only like a 5 or 6 seater. It's a little baby tiny.
I got 3 friends, man. That's perfect.
Dude, and it's flat black.
Okay.
You can get it flat black with the red, so it's right in your wheelhouse.
Yep, perfect.
The engines are attached to the wings.
Can I get a pentagram put on it?
Yeah, totally. You can do whatever you want if you got enough money.
Right.
So the engines are on the wings and not on the fuselage, so it's smoother, all this other stuff. Like,
is this out already? It's prototype. Yeah. Okay.
Honda Jet Elite 2. Man, the range is like 1,500 miles.
Ace. What's the Honda? What's it called?
Elite 2.
Honda Elite 2. Okay.
The range like 1,500 miles.
That's badass.
Like, that's a long ways on one.
How much does it cost?
I don't know. They're like $5 million.
Okay.
So but the best part about it, you can fly it by yourself.
Ooh.
You don't need a co-pilot.
Oh, damn. And that's weird. The engines are on top of the wing. That's super weird. And to me, it's weird. Maybe that's already a thing, but to me, I've never seen that.
Not in a lot of aircraft.
Okay.
See, look at that, dude. You could literally leave from Colorado.
And what is the...
Scroll down a little bit.
How are they different than
There you go.
other
See,
jets?
you can literally leave from Colorado and fly anywhere in the United States.
Fuck yeah. So tell me, what is different or unique about this, and how do you know about it? Been researching it?
I've always been kind of an aviation dude. And I'm like, it would be nice to own a jet one day. Like, And then I saw a flat black one, and I was like, I need to know more about that.
Yeah,
that thing's pretty sick.
So tell me, what is it?
And then Honda came out with a Jet, and I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, you never got to change the oil. The maintenance is like 0 on those things. That's awesome.
So the goal,
cool.
the end goal.
Yeah.
Now that we're talking about a plane completely,
it's absolutely in my wheelhouse, because I think that for me it makes sense. I can not leisure.
You travel a lot
for business, right?
Yeah.
I can be in Scottsdale in a couple hours.
Yeah.
It makes sense for me.
It does make a ton of sense for you. Me, like I just want to dip out.
It's a cool. Well, we'll share it. We'll just dip it. Cool.
We could.
Yeah,
We totally,
absolutely.
But I want to be in an air park. Like I want to build a house
that lives,
buy a house that's in an air park, and I want that Honda Jet sitting in my hangar. So Saturday morning, I'm like, you know what? Screw this. It's too damn cold in Colorado after all this snow.
I have lunch in Florida, or whatever.
Yeah, so I'd jump in my Honda Jet, haul ass down to Florida for the day, spend the weekend down there. It just,
I like that.
Yeah, man. Kind of like John Travolta, dude. He's got like a 707 at his house.
That's a little different, right? He's a weirdo though too.
He's got a lot of money. Lots. He's not a poor.
No, he's not a poor. He probably has an iPhone too.
I bet he doesn't. If he's smart, he doesn't.
Oh, fuck. That's awesome.
Good. So, realistically, man, I think I'm going to let this grow. I'm going to just kind of start putting parts and pieces. Just let it grow organically, man.
Yeah.
It's these people that force it and push it, and they grow too quickly that they end up failing. Mm. Like, you got to have working capital for your business or you're doomed.
Yeah.
You gotta have that in the bank.
Yeah.
And that's my mentality, dude. Like the only thing I owe any money on is my house. Mm. Everything I own is paid for.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any Home Depot or Lowe's credit cards, like nothing. I run a cash business.
That's awesome.
So every single dime that I put into my pocket or I put in the company.
And what that'll do for you too is when you do need money, you'll be able to get it.
Yes,
man. For the Honda Jet, you're probably going to finance some of that. You'll
probably
have money.
So. Well, hopefully not.
Well, maybe, yeah.
Maybe I could just write a check.
$5 million, that'd be kind of cool.
It'd be dope.
But if you could leverage it,
you could
put $1 million down, put $4 million in real estate, rental income pays for that jet.
You could.
There's cool ways to leverage that.
True.
Yeah,
that's true.
But writing a check for a jet would be kind of cool.
That would be pretty. I mean, if you got a few $100 million, like the $5 million's not going to make. You're not going to leverage for $5 million, because your smallest deal is going to be like 50.
What we could do is put like your logo on one side of the plane, my logo on the other side of the plane. Yeah. We'll share it. It'd be cool.
I'm totally down with that. Yeah. That's where I want to go.
You said flying if you could fly it yourself.
You could fly yourself, one pilot.
Really? Okay.
That's unique to it because most of your Learjets require a co-pilot.
Really? So just your cost right there.
Yeah. So it's just you.
But are you hiring a pilot or is it just you? Okay.
I want to fly. Why would I hire a pilot, dude? Like I ride an H2.
Depends what kind of party.
If I ride an H2, that means I'm flying my own damn jet.
I got you. Like
I'm gonna see if it'll do barrel rolls and loops and shit.
Hold on to your shit, boys. Yeah. That's awesome.
It's gonna be a rough ride, boys.
Yeah,
I think that'd be a kick in the ass.
I want to be able to fly my jet, but I'm also going to want to have someone fly it for me.
They had a MiG-21 on eBay a couple of years ago that I saw for like $60,000.
Really? Some planes are not as expensive as you think. I have friends who are pilots, and I flew in his plane that was $60,000.
Well, that plane is cheap, but what they don't tell you is it's like $200,000 a year to maintain.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
but there's definitely planes that are more reasonable that maybe wouldn't make travel ideal. No. He just basically makes it good. So you could fly anywhere you could drive in half the time.
I could put you in the back and we could make it to Florida in like an hour and a half.
Right. That's cool.
As long as we don't get caught.
Right. Who's going to catch you?
Well,
there's Dick Tracy in the sky too?
There might be.
There might be.
Probably got a star on one of the wings and they're telling us to pull over.
Yeah,
not so many words.
Pull over. Land this fucker. You're landed or we're going to put you down. Yeah.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Your choice there. So, I mean, the end goal, man, is I don't need a ton of money. Like it'd be nice to have a ton of money, but like that's not what's going to bring me happiness, in the end of it. Mm. So, I mean, how many multimillionaires you see commit suicide and shit like that?
Yeah.
It's because they're not doing they're
not fulfilling it, right? And there's better ways. There's, again, if you get to the part where you're giving back, now you're more fulfilled, right? So that's why I want to that's why I want to have, $100 million one day is to give a bunch back and watch what that does and have influence there. And
I told my friend the same thing the other day. I was like, dude, like if I had hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank, like I'm going to walk down the street. I'm going to be handing out money. I'm going to be handing out to people that like I feel are those individuals that carry some of those core values.
Yeah.
And maybe they down and out on their luck.
It happens too, man. I just need a good break.
Different perception.
That's a whole other episode of what I would do with the money, like how I could better people or do something,
Yeah, because you don't. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because I want to.
Yeah.
Because to me, giving money to somebody helps them. Educating them with something really helps them.
Yeah,
so if I can give some money and educate them, now we got a game plan.
What's that? Give a man a fish he can eat.
Yeah.
Teach a man to fish and he can eat for the rest of his life.
That's how I think about education and money and financial advice that I give and things I teach people. It's like, yeah, I could give you $100, but like, what's that going to do?
What's that going to
be
do?
Gone tomorrow, gone today.
That's true.
I show you how to do stuff with your own money and get some real estate, some life insurance. Like,
you're right. What does that look like?
Maybe your whole bloodline's changed now.
How do you take that kind of wealth and really contribute in a positive manner that's utilized?
I think social media's changed that game, right? If I had $100 million, I could blow up on social media tomorrow.
Sure.
There's people I could hire that would make that work. And now I can get my message out, right?
Yeah.
And it wouldn't take $100 million, but if I had that at my disposal, I could get a message out to more people. I could offer free courses. There's a lot of things you could do with that kind of money, right? Without that kind of money, it's harder. So I think when you get to a certain level, I mean, there's people out there right now that there's guys giving away free books, and everyone's doing it to make money eventually, but there's people giving away free shit, So the education is the biggest thing. And it's just like you could offer a seminar here in this office right now, but who's going to show up? Okay,
exactly.
Until they know who you are.
Yeah.
So using your money to get famous could be a way to give back, and you then have a way to educate people on things, right? So that there's ways to do it, and I'm still learning.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
That's my goal too.
I think this has been incredible,
awesome.
brother.
Thanks for coming. I know the first thing you said when you got here, this is a fucking hour drive where we got from. I'm like, I know we're up here in Loveland, but
and I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, this is cool, right?
I don't do podcasts, bro.
Right. Well, I think so. How can people find you if they want to get hold of you for some construction here in the Denver area? How can they get hold of you?
I've got a website.
Okay. We'll put that in the link.
Yeah, we can totally do that. rmcs5280.com.
Okay.
They can go on there. My phone number's on there. They can call me. They can text me. They can, fill out the little pop-up bubble or whatnot, and that'll email me.
Cool.
So, I mean, we've got a couple of different options and stuff.
Sweet. We'll get people to if you guys need some construction here in the Denver area, fucking get a hold of Mark. This has been awesome. So, thanks for coming.
Absolutely, brother.
All right.